All right, boys, we got Arsenal coming up. Let's see. Never won away to Arsenal in the Premier League. Okay. Jamie Vardy has scored the last 4 times he played Arsenal. Probably make that 5. Wait, he's hurt? Oh, no, that won't be a problem. Leicester have never won 3 straight away games to start the league. Let's see. Yeah, we can make that happen. Let's go on and do it, boys.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm not the type of brother to play with. See a lot of people acting like, oh, yeah. All ball players sounding like haters. We the young kings of this generation, oh, yeah.
All right, we just need to get right into it because I'm so tired of Arsenal being this team that you can just go to and play and get anything you want against them. Going away to the Emirates and winning 1-0, setting up with a back 5, bringing on Vardy in the second half, storybook plot line. It should not be that easy. Why is Arsenal so easy to play against? Honestly, I don't have the answer. I don't know if it's fully on Arteta. I think the players have to take some responsibility for that as well. And Leicester are definitely a good team, and they're well coached, but they were missing Jamie Vardy. They were missing Wilfred Ndidi. Without those two players, I expect Arsenal to win the game. And I'm sorry for keeping my expectations that high. Maybe that's too much to ask of this team at this point. Maybe this is the type of game that tells us, you know what, we need to readjust our expectations. But I am just very frustrated with the way that game went. And I didn't make a video on Thursday after the Europa League game because I felt like, I didn't want to pile on too much with Arsenal. They ended up scraping the win, but that game was terrible as well. And they showed a lot of the same issues that they had tonight, which is that they just have an inability to dominate a game when it's there for the taking. Arsenal has achieved some great things under Mikel Arteta, but all the headline moments have come when Arsenal was allowed to have a set game plan. They could sit in their shell, play defensively, and just work on the counter against a better team. And the last couple games have showed us that they don't seem to have the same ability when they are on the front foot and when another team just cedes them the ball and says, all right, go beat us. Every manager that now comes to play Arsenal is going to see this same tactic that is very simple. You play a back 5, you give them the ball, and you say, break us down, because Arsenal, the way that they're set up at the moment, don't have the players to do it. And I think the biggest reason for that is the center of the park. Yes, they signed Thomas Partey, and I must say, through 2 games, he has been outstanding, for sure. But when your midfield 3 is Partey, Xhaka, and Ceballos, there's not enough creativity, and you could say that it might come from Lacazette, who can play forward, he can drop a little deeper, but if you watch the game today, you'd realize that it's probably not going to come from Lacazette, because he was dreadful. He had a couple chances right in front of goal that he missed. He misplaced so many passes. I didn't feel like he was making great runs, and it leaves this void through the middle that Arsenal faces, and it forces everything out to the wings. I mean, that's clearly the strength of this Arsenal team. You got guys like Pepe, Aubameyang, Tierney, Bellerin, Saka, all patrolling the wings and doing a great job. But then you get to the end of the play, and who is there in the middle to finish it all off? It was just one of those games. We all know them. If you're an Arsenal fan watching this, as I assume most of you are, you all know this feeling. There's an opportunity. I mean, look, Manchester United and Chelsea drew. City drew. Everton lost earlier today. Tons of teams dropping points at the top of the table, and this was an opportunity for Arsenal to grab it by the scruff of the neck and say, we are in for the title challenge this season. If City and Liverpool are not going to dominate, we can be right there as that 3rd or 4th team, and we can make something happen. So we get to this point in the year where you get your hopes up and you think this is a real opportunity for Arsenal to show something, and for the longest time, it has been the same way that every time that opportunity is presented to Arsenal, they just don't take it. And it makes me a little bit concerned about Arteta. He just should have done better. He should have set the team up better. And for me, the biggest thing that he keeps failing to do is playing Aubameyang through the middle. If Aubameyang is playing through the middle and another team sets up the same way that Leicester did, where they force everything out wide, they clog up the middle, at least Aubameyang is always a threat on crosses. At least his movement into the box is great. At least he has that outlet as well that Arsenal could possibly play over the top. Lacazette is not any of those things. He's not fast. He's not quick enough. He doesn't make good enough runs. His main benefit is hold-up play, but in a game like today when Arsenal weren't really playing through the middle, You wouldn't even be missing that if you put Aubameyang up there. So I just don't understand why he's playing up there. I mean, every time I see Aubameyang try to cross the ball to somebody else, and that was the best opportunity Arsenal had in the second half, was Aubameyang crossing it to Bellerin. I just think to myself, why can it not be the other way around? It should be Tierney crossing it into Aubameyang, or Bellerin crossing it into Aubameyang. I think that's a huge failure right now with Mikel Arteta, and it seems like such a straightforward and simple thing to fix. I don't know why he's played Willian center forward before he's played Aubameyang there. Surely at some point, if he's a smart enough guy, he's going to figure out that you have to put Aubameyang through the middle. Yeah, definitely a bitter taste left in my mouth after that game. And, I mean, I guess you got to give credit to Leicester, but I think Arsenal lost that game more than anything else. I mean, Vardy gets the winner. Well set up by Under. I mean, nice little cameo for him. I think he's going to bring a lot to Leicester as well. But, man, they played Harvey Barnes through the middle for the first 60 minutes. They didn't have a single chance at all at goal, except for when Leno gave the ball away and Maddison nearly chipped them from half field. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's going to sting. I think it does set back Arsenal a good bit here. I mean, the good news is that the top of the table is super clustered, so if Arsenal can get it together and put together a good run of games, then they'll be right back up there. But that was a game they needed to win, and it was a game that was certainly there for the taking, and Arteta simply didn't do enough. The players didn't do enough. And, yeah, sad result for Arsenal.